Welcome to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast with your host, Brandon Seigel. I'm a published author, speaker, entrepreneur, and private practice strategist dedicated to transforming the way that healthcare functions. This podcast is all about empowering you to create the change you want to see. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. In this quick tip episode, I thought it would be fun. Let's look at some of my favorite leadership books. So, one of the things you got to recognize is that over the years, I've learned that books aren't just pages. They're mentors. Some shape your voice, others sharpen your vision. So today, I'm sharing the leadership books that have helped sculpt me. And so, not just what to read, but how each book unlocked a new layer of leadership growth, from resilience to systems to people power. So let's start. Book one. This book is a favorite of mine, and it's Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. So it's all about building trust and psychological safety. You know, one of the things that really resonated from this book is that true leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those that you are in charge of. And so in this book, Sinek explores how great leaders create environments where teams feel safe, they feel seen, and driven by a shared mission. And the major takeaway that I got was start by caring. Really, truly, authentically caring about your people and see how performance follows. And so for me, this book actually helped influence the way that I looked at employee retention. And so I recognized that when I came into our practice, transaction-led culture, and I recognized that people felt pushed versus empowered. And so the first thing I had to make sure was like, do we have a safe environment? Do we have somewhere, am I someone that they can speak up to? And I want to be really, really authentically transparent here. There are people that choose not to create safe space. They've already made their decision. They don't actually desire to trust me, and that's their own challenges and barriers. All I can do is continue to try. And so when I'm creating a safe space, it's important that I say, I want you to have layers of resources. I want you to feel like you can get support beyond me. And I want you to know that in order for me to help you, you must share. And as long as we each care for each other, we can get through anything. And I think the hardest part that I've found in my leadership, where this book has really helped kind of drive some change for me, is that I needed to allow team members to feel seen, heard, and safe. But I also needed to share. This is a two-way street. So I want to be here for you, but I also want you to be here for me. And I think my best employees have created a safe space where they actually say, they're like, I want the best for you and I want the best for the company. And I share this with you in hopes that it can help improve all of that because we share that together. And I really do recognize that the culture simmers when it's a two-way street, when both that person and you care as much for each other. So I care for you as much as you care for me. I want you to have everything you want the same for me. We both are in alignment that we are humans that have a connection, and we have an opportunity to create change on behalf of each other. Truly. Book number two. So, book number two is called The Advantage by Patrick Lencioni. I love Patrick Lencioni. There is probably not an author that I feel has shaped me more than Patrick Lencioni. And the book is about organizational health as a strategy. Basically, Lencioni argues that health, not just strategy, is the greatest competitive advantage. And so it's very interesting. So health meaning the condition, how we are. And so there's 4 disciplines. We need to build a cohesive leadership team. We need to create clarity. We need to over communicate clarity. We need to reinforce clarity through systems. Did you get the word clarity? Really important. And so my question to you is your strategy brilliant, but your culture confused? Start there. You can have the best strategy, but if your culture's not there, if it's not clear, clarity. So I talk about this a lot. I've applied this to a lot of my hiring. So you think it to me in terms of, Brandon, you're really hard on what you want of people and all that. I'm like, if I slap someone in the face, quote unquote, metaphorically speaking, the more polarizing I can be, the easier it is to attract and repel them to my culture. So I try to create a culture that attracts people, because I'm going to use the restaurant analogy. I'd rather be a spicy Indian food restaurant than a hamburger joint, because a hamburger joint might attract more people. But there's going to be people who are like, it was a good hamburger. It was okay hamburger. It was a great hamburger. But if someone's looking for spicy Indian food, I know I'm going to stand up, because I have such a distinct culture, a taste of that I will attract such a specific person that the alignment's going to be on fire in a good way. Book number 3, Drive by Daniel H. Pink. So this is about motivation beyond money. This explores autonomy, mastery, purpose as the real levers behind high-performing teams. And I want to be clear. All of you think, well, Brandon, this contradicts everything you do in compensation. No, because the foundation of what drives people is motivation. The money is in alignment of recognition for what they want to do above and beyond. So intrinsic motivation is an opportunity, not a threat. But the true motivation to keep them sticking is where autonomy, mastery, and purpose are my real levers, really aligning. Because here's the deal. If they're only motivated by money, they're going to burn out. They are. If I bring anyone in and I give them 800 times more money than everyone else, but I make them work 800 times harder, they're not going to last. So carrot and the stick from a leadership standpoint fails, especially with knowledge workers like therapists or clinicians. And I want to say it again. You hear all that I do with incentive and bonuses and stuff. Those are games. I am not utilizing leadership from that transactional side. I'm using leadership from a transformational part. So I've redesigned compensation models and team goals using intrinsic motivators in addition to showcasing the way that their compensation is changed based on just numbers, the algorithm of how money is impacted. And that's why the intrinsic motivation of money is more about the alignment of, hey, I need more money. How do I make it? The value of it is that I'm authentic, I'm real, I'm transparent. I'm not trying to racehorse you. I'm trying to attract those that desire that and that are motivated within that. And so book number 4, Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. This is all about vulnerability, courage, real, authentic leadership. This isn't soft stuff. It's skill building for human connection, the real fuel for influence. How do we connect? So in her book, Brown teaches that armored leadership blocks trust. Daring leadership opens the door. And my favorite quote was, clear is kind, unclear is unkind. If you've gotten anything from these books that I'm sharing, clarity is a huge part of what we do. And book number 5 is The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. And this is all about evolving your leadership presence. Level 1, position. Level 2, permission. Level 3, production. Level 4, people development. Level 5, pinnacle. Again, position, permission, production, people development, pinnacle. Position. We forget position, then permission, then production, then development, and finally pinnacle. So as we look at this position, it's people will follow you because they have to. Leadership is granted by title, not earned by trust. Influence is limited to job description and authority. This is the starting point. Position yourself in alignment with them. Gain their trust. Don't expect their trust. Permission. This is where people, relationships, they're following you because they want to. Build on trust, connection, mutual respect. Leaders listen, care, and communicate. Culture begins to form. This is where morale and engagement grow. And then results, production. People follow you because of what you've accomplished, credibility. We just grew tenfold. Those that have been with me for 8 years have quadrupled their revenue. That's how we do it, results. And then we develop that reproduction, people development. People follow you because of what you've done for them. Leaders invest in others, mentoring, coaching, multiplying, succession planning. This is where influence scales beyond the individual. And then respect. That is where pinnacle is. People will follow you because of who you are and what you represent, the respect you've earned. You shape culture, you inspire movements, you leave a lasting impact. Today, one of my employees emailed me and gave me an update on what she's been doing. And I just said, thank you. You create something unique every day. You make an impact. I'm so grateful that I get to create with you every day. And I just acknowledge it. And I know it might sound cheesy, but it's authentic and she felt it. And you know what she said to me? She said, thank you. She said, I love what I do. You have given me an opportunity to fill something in my life that I've never had before. Leadership's about connecting people to a well of opportunity that's far beyond what they can imagine. So other books that I want you to know about, Multipliers by Liz Wiseman. It's all about unlocking the brilliance in your team. Good to Great by Jim Collins, the hedgehog concept in Disciplined People. And then The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay Stanier, Say Less, Ask More. So all of these things are helpful. Leadership is a practiced art, not a fixed trait. Books are some of our best teachers. So I want to challenge you right now. Are you ready? Go to the Podcast Private Practice Instagram page, share your favorite leadership book. My challenge for you is to pick one book and apply one idea each week. But go on Instagram, share your leadership book. I want to hear what you have. Tag us, okay? Did you know that 79% of private practice owners who prioritized emotional intelligence training for their leaders reported a 25% improvement in staff satisfaction and those patient care quality compared to those who did not? Huge. That's from MGMA, Medical Group Management Association. So This is from Grace Hopper, quoted in the Leadership Challenge by James M. Kouzes and Barry Posner, 6th edition. The most dangerous phrase in the language is, "We've always done it this way." I'm going to say that one more time. The most dangerous phrase in the language is, "We've always done it this way." Don't let your managers and leaders fall in that trap. Thank you for tuning in to this quick tip episode of the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. As your host, Brandon Seigel, I am here to lead you. I am here to collaborate with you. I am here to co-create with you, because together we can thrive, not just survive. Thank you for tuning in to the Private Practice Survival Guide podcast. I'm incredibly grateful to each and every one of you. Exciting news. We're now available everywhere, from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to YouTube or anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts. So watch, listen, and reach out. If you love this episode, please drop a 5-star review. It truly means the world to me. Are you looking for more ways to elevate your practice? If so, now is your chance. Reach out, go to my website, or email me at brandon@wellnessworksmp.com. And remember, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving.